Hello everyone, welcome to MzansiOz Diary. If you're new here, you're very much welcome. So we are continuing about our series of the rare earth minerals found in South Africa. The last video we spoke about the neodymium, which is one of the rare earth minerals, atomic number 60. So we're going to talk about another rare earth minerals today. It is a Praseodymium. So you can hear from the name, they sort of rhyme together, isn't it? Praseodymium is atomic number 59. It is also part of the rare earth minerals. So you can hear a lot of people talking about the lithium. But there's also these rare earth minerals are quite important. So you would find that in an iPhone alone would have used about 10 of those rare earth minerals to make an F and to actually for it to function properly, to have all these features that are intuitive to be used. So yeah, these rare earth minerals are quite important. So we're going to start and give you some properties of these. This one we're talking about today, Praseodymium. Praseodymium, as I said, is available. You can see it there. Let's bring up the table for us. Let's have a look at the periodic table. Yeah, Praseodymium, atomic number 59 on the periodic table. So its property, it is actually silver soft metal with a strong magnetic properties. So with this one, the Praseodymium and neodymium, they work together. They've got these magnetic properties. They reinforce each other. So the Praseodymium would actually make a permanent magnetic bond. So anything that requires AI use, robotic, and to make it more stronger and firm, you would strengthen it using this Praseodymium with it. So like I said, it's not just one rare earth minerals that makes up all this stuff that we use. It's a combination of them, and then you end up with something that's functional and very important. So in South Africa, I did say to you all that there are 3 sites that we know of with rare earth minerals. Some of them contains a lot of untapped rare earth minerals, but there is one in Steenkampskraal. The mining Steenkampskraal, one in Palabora and Polokwane, and there's high reserve, of course, in Northern Cape. So yeah, let's start with Praseodymium. What is useful? How can it be used in its application? And let's continue with that, guys. So if you have a smartphone, a laptop, or an AI power system, chances are you have interacted with Praseodymium technology. So it is also applicable in AI computing, in hard disk drive, in quantum computing. So hard disk drive is actually data center. So some data center would use this Praseodymium in actually to ensure that the storage they can store data, and also the storage of data is very fast, it's not slow. You would also find it in a quantum computing. So AI researcher would use this Praseodymium as well as neodymium. I spoke to neodymium as well in quantum computing. Quite useful in research who are interested in optical components of how these 2 elements that are found in a periodic table that you would have known as the rare earth, the REEs, the rare earth elements. So it is so important part of our modern technology. You cannot have a manufacturing industry, manufacturing technology of the future without having these rare earth minerals, because you need them for nearly everything that you have in your home that has smart technology in it. So the Praseodymium, it also used in industrial and robotic. Like I said, its property being magnetic and has an optical coating as well. in it, and it's so the AI powered humanoid robotic, they use both praseodymium and neodymium those magnets for both these components for movement. So they both have magnets, but these magnets reinforce each other, so they don't work exclusively without. So one attaches, one strengthens, so the praseodymium will strengthen. So you would find also in Tesla, the electric vehicle require praseodymium for powerful magnets. These magnets are, when they're powerful, it is the neodymium plus praseodymium magnets that would have ND-FeB in it written. So these two are required component. So obviously Tesla Model 3 electric motorway cutways, the drone swarms, the humanoid AI robots, these are all technologies that we have that needs these two elements. The neodymium, I spoke to you last time. Now we're talking about praseodymium. So praseodymium is atomic number 59, neodymium is 60. So I went backward a little bit, sorry about that. So these is not just about AI. They're actually very important elements, especially also in defense technology. So for defense tech, the fighter jets, your missile guided system, your submarine sonars, your night vision tech, all needs these crucial, important rare earth minerals. So do you know that the steel jets, the smart missile and military drone uses these rare earth, the praseodymium? So now that you know. Okay, so it's a quite important type of minerals that's why I thought these when Ramaphosa and Ursula von der Leyen, when they were saying that, okay, they're going to have these, raw materials. They call it raw materials. We know there are rare earth materials that are required for actually them to actually start putting capacity on their defense as well. So the stealth aircraft and military drones, the optical coatings that reduces their radar visibility to make sure that they're not going to be found, require praseodymium. So the guided missiles, they are AI-powered navigation, so relies on these rare earth elements-based sensors. All of them that so far I spoke about two, but there are others that would have similar properties. Like I said, a smart workable system would need at least maybe 5 to 10 of them to be able to be more efficient. So naval tech and also submarines, so those sonar systems uses the praseodymium as well. So this sonar system, they have the praseodymium to enhance the ceramics. So the ceramics around has been enhanced by the praseodymium. So, well, what that means is that praseodymium isn't just another metal. It is a strategic military asset when you have praseodymium. Okay. So we can move to its application that, Ursula spoke about, which was actually the green energy and tech. And renewable energy revolution that they're talking about. So the wind farms, the hydrogen-powered AI grid, the AI-powered, stations, they all need all these important rare earth minerals. They would need praseodymium in there, and some would also need the neodymium we spoke about the other day. And as the world moves towards this net zero emission, Praseodymium will be crucial for green energy transition. So if you don't have all these rare earth minerals, you may likely to be unable to actually to meet your carbon emission objectives, because you wouldn't be having efficient energy to actually power our houses, because problem is we know these best trees don't last longer because they're not being powered by these AI, these good minerals to keep them working for longer. So they become a problem and very expensive. So we talk about the wind turbines and the electric vehicle. This, the Praseodymium's magnets, they improve efficiency in AI optimized renewable energy systems. So like I said, for it to keep that energy longer, you will need Praseodymium, and also neodymium would be needed for that. So the wind turbines and electric vehicles, for them to work faster, to be efficient, they would need this. Okay, the hydrogen fuels systems or cell, they use this AI driven clean energy storage solution. So you wouldn't be able to have a hydrogen cells without having this Praseodymium used to make this in an AI. So the Praseodymium used in AI systems to power it, so you can store these hydrogen fuels very efficiently, because if you don't have a storage for hydrogen fuel, you're not going to be successful. So the Praseodymium, like neodymium, is also very useful for green energy transition. So as the world moves towards the net zero emission, these rare earth minerals, the neodymium, the praseodymiums, are crucial for green energy. So you would find them in wind turbines and electric vehicle. Praseodymium magnets, and together with neodymium magnets, they make them work more efficiently in any AR optimized, renewable green energy system in it. So they really work really well in them. So the hydrogen fuels cells use AI-driven energy storage solution to make them more efficient. Without an AI energy-driven system, they're just useless. It's just a waste of money. So it is so important that these minerals, the rare earth minerals. So, but here's a question that I want to know for you, Mzansi, is that will South Africa just export the minerals, or will we start refining and producing locally and doing really good refining, high-tech product? Because when you do that, you add value into what you're sending elsewhere. Exporting raw materials just alone doesn't actually contribute to any economic complexity. Like I said, South African mining operations, it's just not as efficient. It's not just South Africa. A lot of African countries do that. If you don't have refining capacity, make use of those minerals you dig from the ground, if you don't add value, so refinery add values into whatever you found under the ground. So, and also you can use it to build industry of the future. So if you don't use them to add value, you sand the dirt, they refine them, they bring back to you, and you're going to buy them at high cost. That is stupid. Okay, absolutely stupid. So Ramaphosa is continuing the same policy of the past, the policy that hasn't actually created any jobs. That is policies of digging dirt and sending them elsewhere. like most African countries. So it's time to rethink about this and try to add value in the things that you find under the ground. I mean, the Minister of Minerals about a few weeks ago, he spoke at Indaba Mining. He was like, we can withhold our minerals and bloody yada yada. Withholding minerals, yes, you could do that if you wanna, risk price. If you see the price in drops, then you could hold, because we know that if there is a slight shortage of certain minerals, the price goes up. But it's not a strategy. The strategy is about refinery, to be able to make use of something that you dig under the ground and make something better, so it can be used, can build all the electric vehicle, can, those wind turbines and so on, power those hydrogen fuel cells that are there. So it is important that this can be developed. So I don't know, guys, what you think about this, but my thing is, all of these things that were proposed with EU and South Africa trade deal is still a continuation of the same stupidity and madness we've seen for over the years. It's just no difference, just a different person speaking, but it's still, there hasn't been a policy changes that actually, bring about emphasis towards industrialization. You need to industrialize. If you don't industrialize, you'll be left behind. That's my thing about this. South Africa mines Praseodymium in those 3 months that I mentioned, and they exported to China and EU. So with no local high-tech refinery, that means that South Africa loses a lot of billions in potential revenue by just doing that. Without refining any material, South Africa remains stuck in a low value export. So everything you export is of low value because you haven't actually refined it to become useful. So instead of prioritizing these REE, which is rare earth elements refining, this trade deal focuses on vaccine manufacturing, which is also, while it's very important, I think it's really important, vaccine manufacturing. It raised a question why ANC hasn't actually changed this in light of what we know about PEPFAR, to ARV, because that is the strategy that they want to go. It's what the Minister of Health said, that the priority now is actually to prioritize having ARV for every person who's HIV positive, because it actually prevents the spread of the new HIV. That is the strategy. So if you don't build capacity around manufacturing of medicines that are crucial, then you waste the strategy here. So they're sticking to the same thing mentality. They had this thing about vaccine during the COVID because they couldn't find the vaccine at the time when all the Western countries were keeping vaccine to themselves. And they realized then that, we don't have any vaccine manufacturing capacity. That's good, but because they had that before, but things have changed now. So it doesn't mean that manufacturing for vaccine is not a priority. It definitely should remain a priority. However, what are you going to do with ARV if you don't have any, how? Because I know PEPFAR doesn't pay any ARV. That's we know. But if you buy medicine made elsewhere, there is actually a profit. You're buying medicines that already comes elsewhere with VAT and all of that. And you got someone like Donald Trump in the White House who can actually add something, some tariff or whatever, something that he can try to get back at South Africa about the ICJ case. So he will continue to do that, So the risk is there. So I don't understand why these people aren't able to think. They're not able to see, to mitigate against the risk that's coming from America. So it's something that I'm just wondering why he's still continuing the same thing that he spoke about about 4 years ago. Things have changed. So what I mean is that ANC doesn't react to the condition on the ground. They stay with the same thinking, even if things changes. And because when things changes, they don't want to come back and say we've changed it because it's not been supported by facts on the ground. So because they've said we're going to do XYZ, we must do XYZ. We must do it no matter what. Even with this VAT, it's just an example of they actually don't realize when things change to maneuver and try to actually cut and have a very workable budget because they're hell-bent about having certain things. Because they're hell-bent of having that must go. I mean, that's stupid thinking, It's not the stuff they put out there is not supported by facts on the ground. Even the money on the education is not supported by facts on the ground around competitiveness. How, in terms of mathematics and science, it's not supported. So you can't just throw money at it to work. You can see it elsewhere. Money, you don't throw money at something you think is going to be better. Clearly, there's something that doesn't work, but they don't want to admit it and do a thorough evaluation of why it doesn't work so far. So far, the budgets comes with higher spending on education, but the result don't actually match the amount being spent. So is it the time for them to actually realize something is not working and actually change the funding to put it elsewhere? Because honestly, it's just the same dumb people who are just being run by their head. I'm going to do this thing no matter what. But the facts on the ground have changed. And you got, the result of what you've been spending all these years, it doesn't look good. So you don't increase money. Don't put money into that thing. See, that's my problem with the whole thing about this thing with ANC. But so the final word is that South Africa has a choice. Okay, do you have a choice in Mzansi? Whether you continue to export raw materials, you build the economy that processes, refines, and manufactures our high-tech AR, military, green energy products, because you got all the raw materials available to do that. The question is, will we take control of our future? Will the young people take control of their future, or just let other countries profit from our resources? So comment below what you think. Should South Africa invest earth elements, refining, or is it too late to do that? So please consider subscribing for more insights about this tag, and we're going to continue with our rare earth. So this is the second rare earth that we're talking about, Praseodymium. We spoke about neodymium, and before then we spoke about platinum. Platinum is not a rare earth mineral. It's essential mineral, but it's not a rare earth mineral. Okay, so thank you guys for listening. Until next time, have a lovely day. Bye for now.